Blah, blah, blah. How's it going, everybody? No big fanfare today. We're doing kind of a special edition. I've got a few good friends in here tonight. We're going to talk about some cool stuff. There's some interesting gaming news that happened today. The big thing, obviously, is Red Dead Redemption 2. And Nintendo announced something that's kind of interesting. Their NX console now has an official name. And, a lot of people are talking about it. We see some interesting things from they released a 3.5-minute video. But first I want to introduce everybody. I've got Too Much Food guest starring. He's a Nintendo guy. And he actually guessed and predicted a lot of the stuff that's going in to the Nintendo Switch, as it's called. Switch. So welcome, Food. What's up, bro?
Hey, what's going on? It's nice to be here. I feel comfortable at home. It's always cool to talk to you. It's nice to be with the next generation of the Xbox Nation podcast. So it's going to be an interesting one. I'm excited about Red Dead. Very excited about the Switch. So I hope we have fun here tonight.
Hell yeah. And we've got the governor back. He was gracious enough to work all day and then come in and do a podcast. Thanks, bro.
No problem, Crap. We got some cool stuff to talk about, man. Red Dead and the new Switch. I'm kind of excited as well. Yeah. I can't wait to
click. I like the little sound effect that they do. And
yeah,
there's
I hated it.
Did you? Oh man, I loved it. But I know you're a big Switch fan, aren't you? So what's up with you, She-Wolf?
Oh my God, don't start with that. I never said that I hated it. So calm down.
I'm calm.
Calm down. I don't know. I don't think you are.
I'm calm. I'm good. So how's it going?
It's going. This is my 4th podcast this week, so.
Oh, you're turning into Mooch, aren't you? Mooch is shout out to, I just so there's no bad blood. Shout out to 4 Guys with Quarters. They're doing their podcast now. I thought their podcast was at 8. I already set mine up and I have things I got to do later. So I'm doing it now. And I figure this isn't going to last super long. So I figure people can check them out, either theirs and then come back, or vice versa, whatever. It's still going to be here. You're still going to get the reactions. And, so no bad blood with those guys. Those are all cool guys. Mooch is over there right now. In fact, he's way more compelling. You probably want to go watch them anyway. So, Anyway, so I want to talk about, obviously, this Nintendo Switch, okay? They come out and they name it that. To me, it's everything that was leaked already. The look of it, it's got the detachable controllers. And actually, to me, it looks cool. I like the look of it. It's got this little base that you stick the thing in, and and they showed off some cool stuff. The most interesting things, I'm watching this commercial, I'm like, that looks like Skyrim. Oh, okay, It is Skyrim.
It is. Yep.
I was like, oh, that looks like a new Super Mario game. Oh, it is a new Super Mario game. You know what I mean? Oh, that looks like NBA 2K. Oh, that is NBA 2K. So they released their partners, and it absolutely dwarfs the partners that they had for developers on the Wii U, by a lot. I mean, they've got EA on board, From Software, Sega, Konami. Let's see, Capcom, Bethesda, Activision, 505 Games, Atlas. They have so many people. Platinum Games. I'm just looking at this list.
They showed a lot of the engines as well that they support now.
Yep. Yeah, they're the Havoc engine, Unity engine, Unreal Engine. They're also getting the Traveler's Tales game, which are the Lego games, which that's obvious. THQ Nordic, Telltale Games. Getting all that good stuff. So they got a lot of partners and stuff like that. It's very interesting. The concept of it looks cool. Now, here's my problem that I have with it, and I know you guys want to talk about this as well. They're showing everybody, okay, they're playing basketball at a basketball court, and then they're playing basketball on the Switch out there. And then it's people getting together and partying and playing games together. Now, I don't think that's a legit thing anymore very much. I would have liked to seen them maybe show some kind of online activity, you know what I mean? Because they're maybe kind of insinuating that this is going to be another kind of party console, universal console, and I just wanted them to maybe at least acknowledge that they've got online for this, you know what I mean? So, I mean, just going around, what's everybody's initial thoughts on this reveal?
I feel like the reason why they go about doing that is since the dawn of time, they have been known to be a company that brings people together. With the Wii U, they showed online functionality, and they showed, I don't know if you remember, it was the Zombie U being played online, and he asked somebody on Miiverse for advice, and he was responding to that old dude in a Rascal a wheelchair. And they've done that before, but even watching that was kind of awkward. It was kind of out of their comfort zone, and it was just a really strange interaction to see how they think, teenagers interact with 70-year-old men. So I think them sticking to an commercial where everybody's like a millennial and modern, up to date with the times, a mobile handheld device, matte black or matte charcoal gray looking device, very sleek, and showcasing features that you can do when you have it in front of you. I think that definitely works. Maybe online is something that is such a given, so expected, that it's no longer a feature you really talk about. You just expect it to be there.
But with Nintendo, they haven't done it yet. So it's something that I feel like that they should be out on front with. What about you, GKB? What did you think?
I personally like the trailer. It showed everything that we kind of already knew.
Millennials all like, yay, Nintendo, we're hip.
That's what
I was going to go to, is like, I kind of like that. I like the approach that they went with, adults, millennials, and, pushing that, and we're hip and da-da-da. I thought that was really cool, and I thought that's what they needed to do, not show a bunch of kids, playing. That's not going to appeal to
true.
me. Right. So I thought that was really cool. My biggest thing I took away from that, is the portability and all that stuff. I like the little kickstand thing. I thought that was really neat. But the Pro Controller, I was so happy to see that. Like, you have no idea how happy I was to see that kind of controller.
Yeah, like not only that, but the controller goes together, and it looks like a more traditional controller to begin with, and then you pull it apart like a transformer or something.
Did anybody get like a NES vibe there? Like when they had the small little pieces, and they were like, "Oh, it looks like we're playing NES."
Well, I think that'll cater to that way better, because imagine you got player 1, player 2. I mean, it's set up perfectly for that.
Right.
But what I wanted to ask you guys, because I'm so curious about, is yes, they have that Pro Controller. I'm not talking about that one. The one where you connect both modular devices, the left and right part. Mm-hmm. That remote. What I was thinking about. What if that remote has a battery in it, and that battery charges the 2 modular pieces at the same time? Like, because I saw that they had these right in the center. It was lit up both sides. So I'm thinking, why would it light up unless it was charging the pieces as you play? I saw that.
Well, I don't know. It's interesting, but I wanted to find out She-Wolf's thoughts, because I think she's anti-Nintendo.
Oh my God, I am not anti-Nintendo. Why do you keep saying that?
I'm just messing with you. But what did you think about the reveal this morning?
Okay. When it comes to reveal, it's interesting. But at the same time, we thought it was going to be a console. And again, it's not. It's a tablet when it all comes down to it. And, with the controllers unclicking and everything else like that, how long until somebody, like, say breaks one of the controllers, you lose one of the controllers, or, Nintendo is a big one for kids, and it's like, well, how long is it going to take till somebody breaks the friggin' the whole entire tablet itself? Can you get replacements? Can you buy just the tablet part of it? Like, there's so much that can be brought into it, and
that's actually a good point you're saying there, She-Wolf. As far as the tablet goes, like, if you have like kids or something and you want to get like these other pieces so they can play kind of together, like, how does that work?
Buy 2. It's simple. And that's Nintendo's strategy. Here's the thing, right? Like the Wii U. Everybody was like, okay, cool. They got a tablet. But why can't I take this tablet? What the hell?
That's awesome.
Yeah. Why can't I take this tablet with me where I go and play these games? You know what I mean? Like, that was the big thing. You can only take it so far or whatever. You know what I mean? So to me, it looks like they were like, well, let's mess with that a little bit, and then we're going to go ahead and do this thing. And then apparently this thing can stand on its own. It's like this little TV. I don't know how big the screen part is, but it's like you have these grown people kind of like standing there playing this game on this little screen, like huddled over, and I thought that was kind of funny.
Well, see, what I liked about that whole thing was I was keeping an eye out for it, because I think about how unrealistic some commercials could be. You think, like, who would do that? And they made sure that all these people were playing together as they were outside of the house having to deal with life. So somebody was sitting in the backseat of the car, somebody's waiting for their airplane.
I get car sick trying to play a game like that in the car, moving around. I don't know. That could be just me, but yeah.
Maybe.
You know what I did like though was the guy propped it up on the airplane with the stand and then pulled out the controllers, and then it's almost like Wii controllers or whatever.
Mhm.
That stand looks so cheap, though. That I made sure, because I wanted it to be like a Surface where you have several degrees and that friction to keep it there. But it looks so flimsy. I'm worried about that stand, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a good point too. And the controller, to be honest, they didn't go for that shiny look this time. Like, I like the really kind of, I don't know, the little bit higher end look. And then what did they say? They say this thing's going to be there's going to be a $299 version and a $399 version. Is what I'm hearing. Nintendo hasn't actually said that, but supposedly that's going to be. Yeah,
my Nintendo guys that I got two things from them. Two of them told me that it's going to be a $299 base point where you're going to have the handheld, your AC adapter, everything you need to get going out the box, and then the $399, which is going to be the dock and a control setup. But by them telling me control setup, I didn't get specific. I'm not sure what they mean by that, because it could be the Pro controller or it could be that charging sliding one that you have. So
well, the Pro controller is going to be obviously extra.
Yeah,
I would hope so. I mean, honestly, because at that point they don't have anything to make extra income for any additional investments in the future. But it looks really good. I'm probably gonna be fine without the Pro controller, mainly because I mean, I think that little sliding modular thingy works just fine, as far as I know. But that, in my opinion, can change in the future. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I thought the controller was cool. I thought the Pro controller was better. To me personally, it just looked more rugged. They made
it look like the 360 controller.
Yeah, but I mean, the two pieces that they put on the tablet, I'm kind of worried about like longevity and snapping it on and off, and how is that going to play? Is it going to wear out, fall off, kind of stuff like that? I'm worried a little bit about that. With the price point and stuff, you don't know what kind of materials they're using. I thought the design was really cool. I like the matte color. I didn't like the big freaking logo on the side. I thought that was kind of gaudy. They could have done a little bit nicer. Yeah, that was like my big nitpick about it, but.
So like GKB, would you say that that's a day one purchase for you guys though?
Actually, I've said a couple podcasts lately that the NX was going to be a day one, and now that we've seen that it's the Switch there, I'm definitely going to pick it up because I thought it was pretty cool.
And I don't have a choice, so if he picks it up, then obviously I have one. So
yeah, you're going to be living that Switch life there. That's how I'm going to say it for now. I don't know.
Until somebody like breaks it, and then I'm just going to have to listen to him yell. So.
Well, I mean, look, it could be.
It could say, "I told you so."
Hey, I do.
Yeah, that's true.
I do have to say this: Nintendo does make their stuff kind of quality. Like their stuff has to be able to, like when they quality test their stuff, like the 3DS and stuff. Apparently, it had to be able to withstand being dropped like 100 times,
10 times from 6 foot.
Yeah.
Okay, I can understand. Say. The Wii U pad, lasting because our 5-year-old, he knew that thing better than anybody in the house. But when it comes to this thing, it is still a tablet. So how durable the screen is going to be, like, I don't know.
They have to make it droppable from 6 foot 10 times. It'll be all right, I think.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I don't know. To me, I think that the quality will probably be pretty good. I don't worry about that as much, but again, like there's not a bunch of rugrats running around like messing with it and stuff. I'd be like, don't touch that anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that's true. You can't have nice things when you have kids. Period.
Yeah, and so what do we know like about the power situation with like food? I know that you probably know a little bit more than this. I was reading it. Apparently, NVIDIA technology is in this thing, and it's using the Tegra custom Tegra chip.
Yeah, so what we're looking at, all right, the developers, they were given a dev kit. Obviously, I know you know this, but for the sake of the listeners, they're using a dev kit, which is the X1 that is overclocked, and they have it plugged in through the outlet, which gives it a little bit more oomph for development of these games. Why they have that is because Nintendo needed developers to make games for this console right now when they handed them out, because The console wasn't even finalized yet, but they knew they were going to be using mobile architecture. So then they had to decide on a chip. They went with NVIDIA. They were looking at the Tegra X2. Now it's a custom one. But this is what's happening. It's a Tegra X2, but it's modified. It's kind of like how the Xbox 360 and the PS3 actually used the same chip, but the PS3's was a modified version of the 360 one. And when it was customized, it got a little bit more power through that process.
So where's it power wise with the PS4, Xbox One standard?
The handheld itself, we're looking at 900p native gaming, and then with the docket, we're looking at 1080p, 60 frames a second, games that we play right now on the Xbox One.
Now, is it true that when you dock this thing in that station, like that's extra GPU power?
Okay, so I'm glad you brought that up, because this is an idea that I want an opinion from you guys after I say, because it's just nuts. I'm saying that it's a GPU in the docket, but I'm also reserving that to be wrong, because there's a fan right in the middle of this device that points upward. Now, it looks like that's going to expel heat, but I'm thinking there's no way that this thing is running powerful enough while you're on the go playing this, because if that fan's spinning, you're going to drain through all your battery power, and I don't see them doing that.
I saw them bring that up on the Digital Foundry thing too when they're talking about it, and said that that's probably for like gaming when it's docked because it's using more GPU power or whatever.
All right, so here's the fascinating part. So I'm glad you watched that, because then this will make a lot of sense to you. What if it's not? There's no GPU in the docking part. What if the docking part helps overclock the actual mobile device because it's charging it through the docking station, and then the fan turns on to deal with the overclock?
That to me, because I work in IT and stuff, that makes more sense to me than the other one. We see that a lot and stuff like that. And like when you, it's similar to like laptops and stuff. When you plug them in, they use more power. They're more power efficient then, because they get more from the wall socket than they can from the battery. So that makes sense in that point. And I would more be inclined to say that, like when it docks, it goes into the overclock mode, so therefore it can get more juice and stuff from the socket and everything like that.
It seems like a very well thought out product if you look at the industrial design and its capabilities.
Well, what's your guys' thoughts on Nintendo basically making 5 years to the next console? I mean, yeah, it's not exactly 5 years because the Wii U came out during the holiday and this is going to come out in March, but still, I mean, a lot of those purists will be like, hey, I got my 5 years out of my Wii U. You know what I mean? Like, to me, that could be something interesting. You know what I mean? Like I would like to know that. Plus, what did you guys like the games? Here's the problem, because the last couple of times Nintendo has announced consoles, they show games and you're like, oh, that looks cool. Even like that Mario 128 going back to like the GameCube and stuff. And then that game never came to fruition, right? So we see this Mario game. Is that just a tech demo? Because I'm hearing that Skyrim isn't confirmed for this, but that Bethesda helped out with the video or whatever. So, I mean, that you could assume that they showed Skyrim, so maybe it is, and they just haven't announced it yet. But I would be curious to see, you know, like, are those games actual games? There's a lot of Wii U ports. I don't know, like, somebody talk.
So from the specs, like as far as like what Too Much Food is saying with the Tegra X2 and all that stuff, which is the new architecture, their mobile like stuff that they do. I definitely think they could easily play Skyrim, the remastered version on that. I don't see a problem with that at all.
Yeah.
So I could definitely see like, and we've seen the list of like all the third-party support and all that kind of stuff, and they're making some really cool games here in the near future. So I don't think they would put that on there for them to make like some, you know, kiddie like mobile games on that. So
yeah. So I mean, you know, it'd be weird. Like they are saying that Skyrim and NBA 2K17 aren't confirmed. So I mean, they're not confirmed, but they're showing them on the game. That seems right. A little odd to me. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm excited about the whole third party thing. It reminds me of the Super Nintendo. They got a lot of third party support. It looks like they're going off of the merit of their hardware, and instead of them focusing on Nintendo software being the selling point. This time they're like, our hardware is tip top, it's top notch, it's modern, it's fresh, it's sleek. All those other games you want to play that you didn't see on Wii U, your 2Ks, your Skyrim, we have it. It's on here. So it reminds me of the SNES. They're relying less on themselves and more on partnerships.
Well,
but it is kind of confusing though, Crap. Like they're showing the games, but neither of the developers really want to say or confirming it. But Nintendo is allowed to play that stuff on there.
Yeah, that's the point I was trying to make. Like they're showing this stuff, but I'm not sure exactly what's going on with that. You know what I mean? Like they're showing this stuff, but is it going to be on there? Like that's just weird to me.
I would say the Mario, I would bet that's a real thing, not just a tech demo, because they want to make it a launch title. So the game has to be nearly finished. As far as the Skyrim stuff goes, maybe that's like a tech demo. We're not coming out with the game, but it's powerful enough to run on this system. So we want to put this up on the screen so that people have an idea of where the ballpark range of the power of our console is going.
Okay, well, I mean, what do you guys think about the price point? I mean, what price point do you think would be best for this thing?
For me, $299 would be a pretty good one. Maybe $350 in that ballpark.
I would prefer for it to be $249, but I'm gonna say it's gonna launch $299 just from how premium it looks.
Okay, yeah, people in the chat are like $299. Like that's where I'm dancing with this thing too, you know, just for what it is. Anything more than that? Like She-Wolf, what is your thoughts? You're kind of more thrifty, right? Oh wait, no, you're the one that likes to spend more.
No.
No,
Jimmy likes to spend.
That's me.
Oh, okay, my bad. So you're more thrifty. So what would be a good price point for you?
Truthfully, for the quality that it looks like is going to be, chances are it's going to be $299. Just because, like, if you look at the Wii U, when they had the two different ones, wasn't it selling for like the highest gig one was selling
paid more
for
my Wii U.
$299?
I spent when I got my Wii U, shortly after the launch of the thing, I ended up spending like $450 by the time I got it in games. Right, that was more than I spent for my my PS4, like by a lot. So yeah, like they can't do that again. You know what I mean? Because Scorpio, I've been out there saying we're gonna see a $399 version of that. The PS4 Pro is gonna be $399. So they can't.
My question is though, they're doing the cartridge thing, and how are they still going to be like similar to the 3DS ones?
Your
like
kids are going to lose those cartridges so fast.
Actually, our kids are actually pretty good at keeping those things. They kept all theirs, but it's still a good point. Like,
well, here's the other point to that, because She-Wolf makes a great point there, is how are they going to do updates and stuff if they're on a card? How much space is it going to have?
Well, they're saying
it's going to go to your memory. I'm sure it'll go on the side to your memory or your internal storage.
Well, here's the thing. The internal storage on the leak thing for the dev kit is only 32 gigs.
That's not bad, because here's the thing. You don't need that much memory when you have your actual game stored on a cart that you buy. The only thing you need the memory cards for is music, videos,
that's
what if you want digital?
Well, no, not even that. But like when we see patches and stuff for games like Skyrim that we're going to see when bugs come out and stuff, or they update the graphics, you see very big patches, like 14 gig patches that would take up a lot of space, actually. We're already seeing that on the consoles now.
I've never, like, I have a 3DS. That's like the furthest cart thing that I have. As far as updates on that's essentially the process that they go through now. If there is a patch that huge, then yeah, you're totally right, and that sucks. But I haven't seen that up to date, not even on the 3DS. Updates, yes, but like graphical stuff, no.
Well,
but
again,
I guess that's my main question when it comes to all of this kind of stuff, is exactly what kind of games are we getting? What style of quality games are we getting? Like, if we're getting the Nintendo DS looking games, they're nice, but at the same time, let's be real, they're still not full graphics, because you do need a lot of space for graphics and all that stuff. So
DLCs.
Well, 900p is going to look a lot better than the 3DS, so I think you'll like that.
But I mean, here's the thing, like the 2K games, like I don't know, like, I'm not saying Halo's going to be on there, but like, look at Halo, like the DLCs that come out for that, like that's added, content that's going to take up space. So, I mean, there's a lot of the factors here.
You know, I think something that could save them is if they use standard SD cards for that, because those are so cheap. But if they're going to use a proprietary PS Vita style thing, then that's a huge negative.
But what about like the people that buy digital? Like a lot of people are buying digital now, and so what? I mean, basically you're going to have to buy an external hard drive right out of the gate with this thing, right? Because like they're saying 32 gigs is the memory in this.
So I'm glad you guys brought that up, because I didn't think about this at all whatsoever.
And how are you going to carry an external, like you're going to plug it in and try to carry, like it's just more added things that are not, you wouldn't think necessary for a travel. Now I understand you can just take them off and put certain things on when you're going to travel, but that just seems like a lot more complicated, especially if you have kids who are trying to do this.
Here's something we haven't thought about too. Like, what if the actual docking station does have a hard drive of some sort where the DLC and all that content is put on there?
You got USB ports on there, so I'm assuming that that's where you would put your external drive if you had one.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? For me, I don't know. There's a lot of questions still.
Yeah,
they answered some stuff, and they did a pretty good job with what they did. Like that was like, I was talking to GKB right before we went live, and I said, you know, they did a better job revealing this than they did the Wii U, because the Wii U was a debacle. Like, they only showed the tablet.
Can I point something out? People in the chat are saying like there was no kids in the trailer. I understand there was no kids in the trailer, like, but let's be honest, a lot of people, at least anyone that I know personally, it's kids that are playing the Nintendo. I'm not saying adults don't play. Obviously, adults play Nintendo, which, not fighting with that, but I'm just saying there is a lot of kids playing it, so you can't just take them out of the factor completely.
Yeah, but yeah, but it's such a they're not gonna take it out the factor. That's still part of their market, so
absolutely
no worries there. But I was gonna say they don't make much of their money from them anymore. Like, for example, there's more people. There's a higher install base on the PS4. The chances of kids playing that is much higher than the percentage of children that own that of the Wii U. Not because they don't like it or they're kids or it's Nintendo. It's just simply because they already have a console, so that's what they're sticking with. But I don't think that they'll stay away from that, She-Wolf. I think they're going to welcome anybody, and they're just hoping that this device, which kind of caters to everybody, surprisingly. I didn't think that they could do that, but it looks like it. But I think it will cater to kids. They'll definitely be quiet while you guys try to watch a movie if they have one of these in their hand, I think.
Well, I mean, you know, here's the thing. I didn't have high hopes for this thing beforehand, right? I was like, what's this thing going to be? It's going to be a joke or whatever. After watching the review, I'm like, hey, this thing is really, really interesting. I'm very interested in it. I just want to see them have an achievement system, right? Like, to me, an achievement system, and people are like, I know people flip out about it. Yeah,
they need a network. Like,
they do. That's like the thing. Those are more of the questions, right? Like, fine, like I'm good with what they showed. I'm interested. You got me hooked, but I need some kind of validation for the games that I play. You know what I mean? Like, because I have a Wii U and a 3DS and stuff, but I don't play them as much because they don't have like an achievement system. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I play Vita a little bit more than 3DS, because it has the trophies, and those count towards my trophies on PS4 or whatever. So for me, I think Nintendo, and it would be so easy for them to do it, especially with third-party stuff, because the thing's already there. They just do it. They would just like the achievements or whatever the hell they would call them. You know what I mean? Like it would seem like, you know, like do the Mario coin sound. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Would it be like we could be in charge of this and do a good job, right?
Let's do it, crap.
Exactly, right? Like we should be handling the American division, but I do think that what they're doing is setting themselves up to sell a lot right out of the gate in a place like Japan. Like, they'll probably sell 10 million over there. They love their handheld stuff.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
That's gonna be hot over there.
But here,
it's gonna be nuts. Here, I think it'll be mild.
If they have this thing at a good price point, which, see, like I'm with you, Food. If they would have put this thing at $250, I'm thinking this is the next big thing.
Yep.
Right? 300, 350, it's not the new hotness. You know what I mean? It's like, it'll do okay. But it'll do better than Wii U.
I think $299 is not a bad price point.
$299 isn't a terrible price, but when you think that there's no media, you know, no DVD, no Blu-ray, None of that.
Parents. I'm assuming because I'm not a parent, but as a parent, let me ask you: wouldn't you like the idea of being able to get your kid the next hottest console plus a game, and you just barely broke $300? Because I feel like once the console itself is $300, you're for a fact looking at spending near $400, and that kind of sucks.
Yeah. So, I mean, I like watching the chat, and people are like, She-Wolf, play Splatoon. She probably would like Splatoon.
Splatoon? Oh, my. She-Wolf, you haven't played Splatoon?
No, I sold my Wii U.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, they're Xbox fans. They're exclusively now. They had Vitas, they had PlayStation 4s, and they got rid of all that crap. They're just all about the
so good.
That so Xbox good. Life. I can't. The Splatoon is good. I will say that it's got a good multiplayer aspect and things like that. So,
She-Wolf, what's it gonna take for them to get your attention? Because I remember watching one of your older videos where you're harping on them for the whole Wii U in their structure. But now that the NX is the exact opposite of Wii U, you're kind of not excited about that either.
Well, no, I was hyped for the Wii U when it was first launched for the concept that it was supposed to be, but then there was things that were supposed to be in the features that weren't, and that disappointed me. My biggest issue is I am a stay-at-home mom. I like to have friends that I can communicate with over over gaming, like Fox and all them and everything else like that, because it's hard for me to get out when I have the kids.
Gamer.
Yes, I like to play games with friends. It's just something I like to do. And so when you can't really do that and communicate all that well through Nintendo, it's a little disappointing. Now, I will say they had originally brought out this website where you could actually sign up and get like a Nintendo profile and username and all this stuff. And it made it look like they were going to bring the networking of, like Xbox Live or PSN. And I thought that would be really cool because let's be honest, a lot of us, it's hard for us to just go over to a friend's house and game being an adult. And as everyone in the chat is all telling me that it's a lot of adults playing Nintendo, seems no matter how I say something, apparently I say it wrong if I put the word child in it. So
you have to put a Nintendo tattoo across your chest. That's
I guess so. I guess so. Apparently, right?
Well, here's the thing, though. Like they didn't. I mean, this trailer was specifically just for the Switch. There, they didn't really talk about much anything else. Like we don't know down the pipe here. Now that they've announced it, usually there's a lot of press and stuff that comes out after this and being like, oh, they're gonna have this, they're gonna have this, they're gonna have this. So we don't know. They might still have that stuff, or on release day that all that stuff kicks in. Like you don't know yet.
And if they do, I will be all fine for like playing this and trying to get friends into playing it, because I love Mario and I love all of these style of games that
Mario.
Hey, I said it properly. I thought about it before I said it so that Mooch wouldn't yell at me later on when he.
Oh my God, no! He needs to stop because he pronounces some things very weird.
It's Mario, though. I can confirm.
He's like that guy that goes, oh, "It's not encyclopedia; it's encyclopedia."
Well, it is legitimately Mario, though.
He likes to pick on me, but either way. So I made sure I said it right, and I would consider it. I have no problems with that, but. Like I said, I want to be able to play. I have a thing with playing games by myself. I get bored easy. So when I have friends to chat with, I don't have to be playing the game with them, but being able to sit there and chat with them and everything else like that while they're playing it at the same time, all that kind of stuff, it makes it more interesting for me. And yeah. I hope they bring it. That would bring me into playing it because, like I said, I do love the style of games that they have.
I feel like if they can nail these features, like achievements and the social aspect. Yeah, like I don't see me using my Xbox if I could play my Xbox quality game on the road and then bring it home and just pop it in. I don't have to turn something else on. I could just pop it in. So like that's a huge thing for me. Something else that I've been sitting on like information I've been sitting on, but I haven't said much about it because I'm not sure what's going to happen. Is that There's apparently word going around about a $10 monthly charge for online stuff. So I'm not sure if it has to do with this rumor mill of a price point where they let you get the NX for free, or I'm sorry, the Switch for free.
Switch.
If you pay $10 a month for 2 years, which that's $240. I don't know if it has to do with that or if there's online and you pay $10 a month instead of $50 or $60 or $830 like you do with PSN, whatever they charge now each month. But
that would be interesting.
I think $10 that helps cover server maintenance costs, and I think it would really stick it to the competition, because people would be like, well, if they could do $10 a month, why can't Sony? Why can't Microsoft? And it'll only encourage competition, I think.
So wait, you're saying that they're going to charge $10 a month?
See, I'm saying like I've been sitting on that info because I haven't had much to go off of, even with the guys that I have at Nintendo that I know. So that's why I've been quiet about it. But I just wanted to throw that in there for the sake of being on your podcast, because we are talking about the Switch. So that could be completely wrong, but I think even $10 price point, that'd be awesome.
Well, like for me, I've never paid more than like $35-$40 a year for Xbox Live. So
and you paid for my year. So
yeah, well, yeah, we gave you one. Like that just goes. Nobody wanted to call in. So like nobody wanted to call in. I'm like, me and Mooch are like, no, people can get a free year of Xbox Live, and nobody will call in. We can't get 3 people to call in. Are you serious? Oh my gosh.
Here's a question.
Like She-Wolf, where were you? You could have called in and won.
People were asking about her
because it sounds like bias. So I don't.
Hey, well, Food won. He used to be on the show too. Yeah. Like the week before that was
playing Halo. I'm like, I pressed pause. I was like, I guess I'm gonna call.
Yeah,
well, I didn't realize obviously it made it okay then, but I mean, like in my head when it was first talked about, I'm like, well, if I call in and say if I win, then they're just gonna be like, oh, it's biased. But obviously, Food proved that wrong. So
yeah, there's no bias. It's just whoever called in.
Here's a question for you guys.
I like that. That sounds like a segment. Food proved that wrong.
Yeah.
With the possibility of online for the Nintendo console and the reasonable power, do you guys think Red Dead 2 would be on that console?
Well, Take-Two is supposedly supporting it. I don't know. Would Red Dead 2 run on that? I don't know. Like, did you guys like the Red Dead 2 trailer? I thought it looked pretty cool. Kind of short. Supposedly captured off just a regular PS4.
I didn't know that, honestly.
Yeah. Well, they have they have marketing rights on there or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So basically, what's going on with that is they're going to get timed ponchos or something for the multiplayer. I don't know what the deal, something like that, but something ridiculous. But their fanboys are all like, "Yeah, it's over for Microsoft. Sony has marketing deals with Red Dead."
Here's a thought: it's multi-plat, so that's a thing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I mean, but come on, if you can't get that poncho,
I guess
it's just gonna be the end of everything,
bro. The whole marketing thing, although we make fun of it, it's working. For some reason, it is working. People think that it's only on that console because they don't mention the other consoles. There's no asterisk that says it's a multi-plat. People assume that it's an exclusive, so it's working for them. Sadly, people don't like to think too much. It hurts.
Well, what I want to know is this, right? Like, Sony makes this big thing. They make this big post. They make a big tweet about it. We're partnering exclusively with Take-Two to bring you Red Dead, to be the marketing partners of Red Dead Redemption 2. We're gonna have timed content. I've never seen like such an announcement like that. Like, okay, Battlefield 1 is partnered with Microsoft, but they're not like making a big freaking press release about it. Like, yes, Battlefield 1, maps early, time content, Xbox is the best box. Woo! You know what I mean? Like, to me, Sony.
See, I don't tweet out the things that I spend money on. I don't put just bought peanut butter at Publix. Woo!
Yeah, or like when people talk shit to me, right? And they're like, or like I'll say something and they'll respond with something like, no, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, hey, follow this person. They're like, no, how about I don't? And I'm like, no. Yeah, I always go into a restaurant I hate and tell them they suck and then leave and I'm not going to eat there, right? That makes sense, right?
You walk in there, you say, I'm not going to eat here, and then you prove
exactly.
them right.
I'm just like, I am not eating in this place. I am leaving, and then I leave. So
I would be like, I mean, he's right.
Yo, dude, in the chat, like the biggest game of 2017, really? Like, if I can play it on my box that I prefer is good. I'm fine, man. I'm going to be playing it on Scorpio in native 4K, bruh.
Look, here's the thing with their marketing stuff, too. I'm just going to stop talking because my my idea went away. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm embarrassed.
No, I mean,
Okay, no, I remember. All right. So
What?
here's
Go ahead. Get it out.
here the whole time the exclusivity thing. I was having a chat with Iron Wolf, and shout out to Iron Wolf.
Yeah.
Who's good conversation. Well, I said the whole time the exclusivity thing makes no damn sense to me. Imagine, all right, I'll use you, GKB, and She-Wolf. Imagine She-Wolf goes, GKB, I love you, and I'm going to be with you forever until fall of 2017. You're going to be like, what? Like, you'd be pissed. That's not anything. That's not good. You're paying, and it's going to come to my console later. Like, there's nothing exclusive about that. It either is exclusive or it isn't.
That's a poor man's mooch analogy. I'm just gonna say it. I said it. But you know what? Like for me, and it's like the multiplayer stuff anyway. But I thought the game looked good. Like it has my interest. It's just like what you know. Like here's the thing for me, and I say like Sony fans should do this too. If you only have one console, whenever you know, like for me, when I watch E3 and I see what Sony shows up on the stage, the multiplats, I'm not thinking, oh damn, they're showing them on PlayStation. I'm thinking I'm gonna get that on my Xbox. You know, and same thing. If you're a PlayStation fan and you see Microsoft showing multiplats, you should be thinking the same thing. Oh, I can play that. I'll be getting that on my PS4 or whatever. Like to me, that stuff doesn't matter. Like it's a little bit. I can guarantee you this though: we won't see them tweet out a picture of a Xbox disc for that game. No. Guaranteed.
I've never seen I know we're not talking about Tomb Raider, but I've just never seen so much marketing for a game that's a year old. And so much word only on PlayStation thrown around when it's not just only on PlayStation. Like I've never seen so many Walmart and Target and GameStop commercials of a 1-year-old game. It's insane.
Well, they treat it like it's like a brand new game or whatever. You know what I mean? So I just I don't know. That's not exactly my thing, but you know, more power to the people that buy into that or whatever. Hey, that is a great game. To be honest with you. Having played Uncharted 4 and I played Rise of the Tomb Raider last year, that's the better game is Rise of the Tomb Raider. So that's definitely the best game on PlayStation 4 this year. And, you know, it's just I already played that last year on Xbox and Xbox 360 or Xbox One.
Rocksteady developed that, correct?
No, Rocksteady developed Batman Arkham games. Crystal Dynamics.
Crystal Dynamics, okay.
Yeah, Crystal Dynamics. Which,
did Rocksteady ever do one?
They did the PlayStation VR Batman game.
I'm trying to think of what I don't know. For some reason, I was thinking maybe they did one Tomb Raider game because you know sometimes
they never did any Tomb Raider games.
They should. Yeah, I would like that.
I don't know. Like She-Wolf, are you excited for Red Dead Redemption 2?
I didn't play the first one, so like it looks interesting. The whole
Yeah, no, look, here's the thing, right? Like, I'm not a big GTA fan, but like the Western thing is something that's not been done to death. So, like, I was thinking maybe you'd be more interested in that aspect.
No, I do. I like the Western idea of it. Like, I do like Westerns and all that kind of stuff. So that does interest me, but I didn't play, like I said, I didn't play the first one, so... play it, but...
you could get it. You could pick it up. It's pretty cheap.
I'm loving that we're all talking about the Western, but we're all like swamp people from Florida.
That's true.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That is true. We are all swamp people, eh? Like I got my hillbilly car up on blocks and stuff.
I have a jar with 3 X's on it.
Yeah, that ain't no 3X whiskey. That's 2X whiskey. What are you talking about? Come on. But yeah, like I don't know. And then there was a little bit of other news today. Just like the orange box is backwards compatible.
Oh yeah. I've
never played those games, so I have it digitally. So I actually already have it on my Xbox One downloaded. I just I never played. Some people are like, you got to play Half-Life 2, crap, and I'm like, I don't know, man. Like everybody's hyped it up so much. If you just played that game,
Half-Life on the OG Xbox,
yeah, but I never played it.
You should.
But that's what people say, right? And they're like, it's the best game ever, and I'm like, okay, well, take this. Think about it on my perspective, right? If you were to play Half-Life 2 for the first time in 2016, after all the other games you've played, how would that be, right? Is that going to be some amazing experience, or is that going to feel like a bit of a letdown or not hold up as well? Like, to me, I'm going to think that it's not going to hold up as well.
I think because you're a gamer, like a real gamer. Not a lot of people know that A lot of people listening, I know you come to Crapgamer for news. He talks predominantly about Xbox, but Crap has a lot of gaming knowledge, and I love that about him. And you wouldn't know how many of the things that he knows. Kiss-assing, I can't even talk. Kiss-assing aside.
Oh yeah, because I like Xbox, so people think I don't know anything about anything else.
Crap actually knows a lot about gaming. I love that about you.
I actually had Half-Life, a bootleg version on the Dreamcast, and I tried playing that years and years ago, like I think probably in like 2002 or 2003, and it sucked because it stopped every like 3 seconds to load. Like, yeah, it was pretty horrible. So I was like,
I think because you're a real gamer, you would enjoy it. But if you were like some 17-year-old kid today, you wouldn't enjoy it because that all they care about now is graphics, no gameplay, no story, nothing that's important.
I think that's the biggest thing about like Half-Life 2 is the story. I think the gameplay mechanics might not hold up as well to today's standards, but I think the story definitely holds up pretty well.
She-Wolf, I mean, you were a PC gamer. Have you ever played Half-Life?
No.
Okay.
I was an MMO player. Like, I kind of played more like World of Warcraft.
I was on Gears, and She-Wolf was on World of Warcraft earlier.
Yeah. I
Hello
beat
Kitty
Gears.
Island Adventure is better.
It's like Xbox exposes you, right? Like if you play World of Warcraft, it's like just says it like World of Warcraft.
But it's so funny because you get people DMing you and they're like, "How are you playing it? Is that on the?
Yeah, is it on the Xbox?"
No.
Yeah.
You tell people you're like part of this
beta testing
program.
Yeah. Then you'll have people like shitting their pants, like.
Yeah.
So. No, I played like Guild Wars, and I played like World of Warcraft and Ruins of Magic, like a whole bunch of like older MMOs and everything else like that. Even Ultima Online. Like I played all that kind of stuff. So
I never heard of that.
I tried getting into that, but I just sucked at it. The MMO thing.
The games that I played, because I used to do a little bit of PC stuff here and there. I liked RTSs, believe it or not. Right? That was,
Oh my god, RTS games are.
I liked our little army ones. Just I remember playing these
Command
games.
and Conquer.
Yeah, I remember playing these games in the late '90s.
Ages of Mythology.
Like so yeah, I was pretty interested in that, and like the late '90s was a pretty cool time to like game on PC or whatever. And then I also played, I think in 2008, Lord of the Rings Online. I played that for a little bit.
I heard that was good.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, it was kind of funny because we made this one guy who was in our clan be a hobbit, and the hobbit sucked. It was basically just for comic relief. Like he had this like lute or something, and he would play his lute in battle. It was really lame, but so like that was funny for me anyway. I don't know, but yeah.
You know what I did for comic relief? I played Halo Wars, and I made 50 ghosts, and I destroyed bases with them. I love Halo Wars.
I think Halo Wars is awesome. So I'm really excited for the second ones. Oh, dude, why are you guys going on with the hate stuff? Nobody cares about the marketing rights. Seriously, look, we care about marketing rights over Red Dead 2 as much as you care about marketing rights for Titanfall 2 or you know what I mean, or whatever. Like it doesn't matter. Nobody cares.
I care. If Titanfall 2 is so boring. If Titanfall 2 were a candy, it would be flour. Like the thing is the most boring. I feel bad for Microsoft. Actually, no, because why would you pay for marketing rights for this boring piece of shit game? It is. Well,
hold on. Drop D. He wants to know if we ever played Phantasy Star Online. She-Wolf, have you ever played that?
No.
Neither have I. So I don't know.
Never even heard of it.
My
Sega game. I know that.
Phantasy Star is actually a pretty good game back in the day.
Yeah, I hear it's good, but I've never played it. You know what I mean?
How old is it? Like.
Yeah, it's probably you got to remember that.
I think when Phantasy Star Online came out, I was either 17 or 16. I am 27 now, so I'll say about 11 years ago, 12 at the most. It was an online game on the Dreamcast.
Is it like an anime style game?
Oh, yeah. Star Wars Galaxies. I played that. Yeah.
Oh, did you play?
See,
you play Star Wars
that's
Galaxies?
why I haven't played it. It's an anime style MMO.
Oh, you're not a big anime style MMO fan? I can't say I blame you. I can't.
I like it because I go around and I'm like, and people just think that I'm from Japan. So
That's funny. I do want to cover one more thing real quick, and that is somebody linked me to this damn thing on Kotaku, right? It's like some Battlefield 1 players are sucky squad leaders, right? And it's like to issue commands, aim and point at the tap button on PC. This is the Q key. On PS4, hold R1. Xbox users can help their squad out by reassessing their life choices and actually playing on a decent platform. I shit you not.
Wait. Damn it,
They're basically telling you how to give orders right in the game, and it's like on PC it's the Q key, on PS4 hold R1. Xbox users can help their squad out by reassessing their life choices and actually playing on a decent platform. And this is like a professional paid journalist who wrote this.
Wow.
That's just retarded. Oh my god. How does that guy still have a job? I don't know.
Girl.
Or girl.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not surprised.
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it?
Taking a whole demographic of gamers and just saying y'all suck, that's kind of unprofessional, and you should probably lose your job for that.
But are we really surprised though with how like the media has gone lately and the comments they have made and haven't been fired for? Are we really surprised? Like, let's be honest.
Honestly, we should be very surprised and we should be very shocked by this kind of stuff because it shouldn't be done to Sony fans, it shouldn't be done to PC guys, and it shouldn't be done to Xbox guys. Or
I agree,
it's
especially with like professional people or whatever.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So, people want to know. Yeah, Too Much Food used to be on Xbox Nation. He was on the actually he was on twice. But Crapgamer is too much of a prima donna to do that. Yeah, Crapgamer is quick on the trigger. That's true enough. Not really. I mean, just it is what it is.
People keep telling me that I'm on B. Like, I still get messages to this day, and they're like, "I miss you on BGST." I'm like, Xbox Nation. Oh yeah. I miss you.
Well,
on
yeah,
Xbox.
like so. What was funny is somebody in the chat was like, "Oh, what happened with Crap and Zaire? Did they have a falling out?" I'm like, "No." Like BGST is on his channel, and this is my channel, and I do something different. He does a bunch of other different stuff too. You know what I mean? So it's interesting. So,
I was just gonna say, I give props to those people because they at least contact us rather than going off of what any YouTube psycho says.
Oh yeah, you could definitely see a bunch of the negativity stuff or whatever, if you wanted to believe that. So closing thoughts, I think that I think that the Nintendo Switch, I think that thing is something I'm interested in. I'm hoping that it has a good price point, and I'm looking forward to hearing more about it. So what about you guys, real quick, just before we leave?
I was super excited about the Nintendo trailer. I thought it was really awesome. I thought the Red Dead 2 trailer was really cool. I hope all that stuff that they showed is going to be in the game. I can't wait to. It had that like Magnificent Seven kind of vibe to it, and I thought that was really awesome.
That
I'm
was
super
a good
excited.
movie.
Super excited.
Oh, did you see it? I haven't seen it. Was it any good?
Oh, it's good.
Right.
It's good. It's a good movie.
Okay.
For my final thoughts, I'd have to say the NX Switch or the Nintendo Switch looks really interesting. Would still like to know a little bit more about the whole networking and exactly how they're bringing the games and all the actual detail information of the inside of it forth. But it does look neat. It's a cool concept and an interesting idea. Red Dead loved the Western, so I'm definitely going to give it a try, even though I haven't played the first one. So.
I'm sure you don't need to have played the first one. They'll probably just catch you up real quick or whatever. So,
yeah, I'm very excited for the. I keep wanting to say NX too, so you're not alone there, She-Wolf. I'm very excited for the Switch, mainly because it actually looks to be the product of a company that I'm not gonna say have learned their lesson, but maybe we'll see in March. May have learned their lesson. So I'm excited to learn more over time. It's very tiring because I got to figure out what things are true and what things are just made up rumors and educated guesses. But we'll all learn together. I'll keep you guys updated. And thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
No problem. And we'll catch you guys later. Thanks to you guys. Should all follow GKB She-Wolf Food on Twitter and their YouTube pages.
Hit that like button, damn it.
Yeah, and hit the like button. You know, there's like 250 people. Go ahead and hit that like button. Show us that you like the content and stuff. And, hopefully I figured I wouldn't get a crap ton of people excited about the Nintendo Switch, at least that are subscribed to me because I'm not really a Nintendo guy. mostly, but I figured it'd be interesting to give our opinions on it, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and subscribe to all these people in here as well. And thanks for joining us, and we'll keep it short, you know what I mean? So thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys next time.